It may be English, but prepare to not be able to understand anything that they say for the first couple of weeks. Even after I served in Ireland first, so I got to hear the Ireland accent, the Irish accent, and then when I hopped over to Scotland, I had to learn everything again. I had to learn how to understand people. I mean, everyone can understand you. They have American television, American TV shows, so they understand your accent just fine. But saying the other way around isn't as easy. The Scottish accent, I mean, my accents are farcical, basically. I mean, if any actual Scottish people hear them, then they say, oh, that, they'd say, oh, okay, Crosby, that's rubbish, so it is. And I'd be like, I'm sorry, I'm trying my best. And they say, oh, you'd have to do better than that. That'd be the Scottish people. They're a lot more rough around the edges. That they have interesting words and sayings that we've never heard before. On a day like today, they'd say, "Oh, it's pure drist today," and you say, "What? I'm sorry, it's pure drist today." What? I'm sorry. So they have the word drist, and drist is like gray or kind of not sunny, kind of wet, because the weather there, I mean, it rains nine days out of 10 at least once in the day. So they saw, on a particularly gray or bad day, they say, oh, it's pure drist. Or they say, come on, get Ben. And he said, get Ben, get in here, get through, come on through, get Ben. Oh, and obviously they say I. I have that habit now when people are talking to me, especially when I talk to someone who's Scottish. I'll say, okay, aye, all right, yeah. And they'll say, they'll ask you how you're doing, and the traditional response is, oh, I'm not too bad, I'm no bad, or I'm alright. And that means they're doing really good. If someone calls you alright, then you're okay in their books. I mean, Ireland's a little bit different. It's a whole other accent completely. Irish is a lot more sing-songy, if I were to put it, their intonations. The way that they speak is a lot more sing-songy, so it is, it's a lot more up and down in their voice. Being from the west part of Dublin, I learned that very quickly. And then you can go over to West Ireland, to a place called Cork. I loved Cork. Cork is a beautiful town, but they all called it Cark. He had it from Cark. And the Northern Ireland is different altogether, which I loved. I loved how different you cross over that border, and people speak a lot differently. They say, "Oh, you get the bus. It'll cost you about £5, so it will." I'm from a place called Portadown. Portadown's a town in Northern Ireland, so it is. You never heard of Northern Ireland before? You just heard of a republic? Well, that's too bad, so it is. And there's the joke going around is that Northern Ireland is the only place where you don't need a second witness for the truthfulness of the gospel, because you can get up and you say, I know the church is true, so I do. The Book of Mormon is the Word of God, so it is. Because they end everything with those sort of sayings, and I love it. This here, oh, I've been here for hours here in church. When you get out here, get out here right now. It's just wonderful. And so the accent was one of the best things. I loved learning new words and just learning to understand the people there.